Hey everyone, it's Ivan from kitbadger.com, here to bring you a first look at a couple new things. Two different things that absolutely have utility, one of which also kind of a weapon, and the other is a weapon of opportunity, maybe for like zombie apocalypse. With that, I have the AMTAC Blades Northman, and I have this new shovel from DMOS Collective. Again, utility, weapon, weapon of opportunity. So we're going to take a look at these guys. We'll go ahead and start with this. If you're familiar with my stuff, you may or may not have seen my video on the DMOS Collective stealth shovel. Basically, they make some really great telescoping collapsible shovels for really kind of sand, mud, gravel, snow. Got myself out a lot of jams with it. And honestly, I've used that shovel probably way more than I would have liked. Love having it. Don't really like using it, not because it doesn't work, but because I don't like using any shovel. So to that end, they have this one. I think they ended up with a lot of requests for an actual like spade. And so if you think about this shovel, think about it along the lines of like a souped up e-tool, like entrenching tool. Right here, obviously I've never opened this thing before, but right here we have this kind of retained pin. Pull that guy out, I assume. Oh, maybe it is totally retained. Nope. So once that is out, you can basically turn it here or flip it all the way like that. And then we have our like conventional shovel. So we'll go for it like that for now. Get this pin back in here maybe. Lock that guy in, and then I'm assuming this guy here. Boom. Now we have like a legit shovel. As much as I want to dig a fighting hole, 2 rifle lengths, 1 rifle length, chest deep to the tallest man, I definitely don't want to do that. Digging is one of my least favorite things, but the fact that you can have something that's going to be pretty compact and actually have this thing turn this way if you're going to try and like hack into stuff, pretty cool. I will absolutely, I'm sure, spend some time with this. Probably not in the best conditions, because when I need to break out a shovel, it's not like, oh man, can't wait to dig a hole. But I will put in some time and ultimately bring you guys a review of this as I end up shoveling stuff, as it basically just turns up in my life. All those opportunities for shoveling when I'm out in the backcountry having adventures. So I will get back to you on this. Now I have this AMTAC Blades Northman, which, if you're unfamiliar, Bill Rapier of AMTAC Shooting teaches all kinds of different courses to include a lot of combative stuff using strong hand pistol and other strong hand, basically knife work. And all of it is essentially distilled violence. Not any type of like martial art, but actually just like functional defensive skills. And so to that end, he actually has this knife. I was fortunate enough to do a little bit of training initially with Surefire. Surefire put on a Battle of the Bills event, went out, got some training, kind of dipped my toe in it for a minute, and then I actually had the opportunity to run a attend a force on force class with Bill Rapier. And from seeing and getting a little bit of time with the knife, I was like, this is pretty cool. Of course, it's sealed. If only I had a knife to open it. I do have a knife though. So we're gonna go ahead and bust this thing out. Again, this one being the Northman. And man, pretty cool. Certificate of authenticity in here. Rad. Oh man, this is really cool. So beyond like the idea of, hey, here's a knife that I developed it's cool, and I developed it for actually like combatives, defensive use, stuff along those lines. Good luck with it. It's like, hey, here's a knife I designed for it, and here's a trainer to go with it. So while we'll get to this in 1 second, also here with a sheath specifically for it, we actually have this trainer. So aluminum trainer, everything is the same except this is going to be a 1/2 inch shorter than the live blade. So what that means is by the time you make contact with this, basically the tip's already in a 1/2 inch. And you have this sheath right here, which yes, you can keep your trainer in it, but because you're going to probably be working off of your live blade, however you're carrying that, having this sheath, we can basically remove our live blade, put it into this training sheath while we're using our training blade in the sheath that we're usually like everyday carrying. So I'll show you this now. Right here is the Northman. And having spoken and actually spent a little time hanging out with Bill Rapier, kind of the backstory on this, like idea of the Northman is he is up in North Idaho. And with that, basically the idea of a knife with utility. And so to that end, there is utility. It is absolutely a weapon. Right here we have a not serrated blade up here, straight blade, and then back here we have serrations. This grip, which I'm not even going to attempt it. I need to brush up on my nomenclature as far as knives, but basically this piece right here, everything about this is made to the end of being a purpose-built defensive fighting knife. With that, you also have all the utility built into it, such as the fact that there's serrations, which I initially questioned. I was like, why are we having serrations right here? Or why did you design it like that? But him living up in North Idaho and wanting utility with this, the idea of being able to have that to always be cutting cordage and stuff, actually living out on property, I was like, okay, no, that totally makes sense. And then even just right here, oh, by the way, the blade, I believe it's 3 inches, sheath made to basically sit different places, whether it's deep inside your pocket or over on your other strong side, your left offhand side basically. And yeah, going back to the idea of utility, like not only is this sheath super well made, I believe it's made, well, it is made specifically for these knives, but also in here is a ferro rod. Going back to utility, the ability to always be able to start a fire. And then right here on this sheath, we have essentially this fold over little Velcro pocket. So you can put pretty much anything you want in there, seal this back over on it, and it will secure it. Not only that, but having this against basically you, whether it's inside the waistband or not, versus something like this, even more comfortable. Pretty cool. Quick close-up, sheath, a Velcro section, peel it back, put whatever you want under there, seal it back up. In the back, we have this clip that, the way the clip's designed, looks like it's actually going to clip in really, really well. This piece on the handle here, really easy to grab that, pull it out. And we have live blade right here, serrations, straight portion to go with training blade. Again, exactly the same, except about a 1/2 inch left on the blade there. And both these sheaths, good to go. Training blade will go in this one. And of course, this one, when you are training with your blade, go ahead and put your live blade in here. So no one's gonna get cut. And training blade back in here, and you're in business. That wraps up our first look at both this new shovel by DMOS Collective, as well as the Northman, as well as the training blade by AMTAC Blades. Really looking forward to putting in more time with these and bringing you guys full reviews. I'll be honest, probably looking more forward to doing some training with this training blade, as well as, yeah, just some utility with this, more than likely just utility with this knife, starting some fires with ferro rods, stuff along those lines, than I am with digging a hole with this shovel. Cool shovel, but this will probably be more fun, being totally honest. Ultimately though, I will bring you guys full reviews on both these. And as always, thanks for joining us at kitbadger.com. Look forward to seeing you next time. Chest deep to the tallest man. Let's do this.